Sometimes working on a small bike is fun, especially if you got to move it. You can just pick it up.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
Napoleon, like anyone can even know that.
Hello my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Today we're going to be working on this little itty bitty bike, and I don't know a whole heck of a lot about it actually. A buddy of mine bought it, or his son bought it for his grandson. Grandson's turning 5, and he wants to get it going, and then we're going to make some training wheels for it. Let's take a quick look at it, because all I've done is picked it up, put it in the back of my truck, and brought it here. When he told me he had a little bike, I figured it was probably like a Honda CRF XR50 clone type thing, but this is not that at all. So I don't know anything about it. I don't see any brand name, nothing like that on it, but we've got a little pull start engine, and I don't even know if this is a 2-stroke or 4-stroke. I guess we'll figure that out too. And we have some sort of a reduction drive over here, probably a centrifugal clutch. We got mechanical disc brakes, which don't appear to be doing a whole lot. Looks like it has some kind of suspension front and back. So let's see, I'm gonna put some air in the tires and check the oil, and we'll go from there. Okay, there's some information here on the side of the engine. Doesn't really mean a whole lot to me, except for the fact that it says it's 2019 model, so pretty new. And then right here I see valve clearance, intake and exhaust. So if it has valves, that means it's a 4-stroke, so I don't have to mix gas and oil. Oh, we're missing a bolt there. I'm sure I'm going to find lots of stuff like that, you know, like this. Oh, geez. Yeah, tires had no air pressure. We pumped them up. I guess I'll adjust this front brake because it appears to be doing nothing. And let's see. So we got a carburetor kind of like on a weed eater. Little prime deal here. You know, I didn't even smell the gas. Oh well, we have a choke. And I put it up on a stand here, so let's see what happens. For fun. It's got the old pull starter. Oh my goodness! The back wheel should not be turning right now. As soon as I hit the brake, it locks up. So that tells me something's funky on the clutch or whatever over here. Let me see if I can get it running again. See if the choke will shut off. Not quite, but surprising how well it runs actually. Yeah, it will not run with the choke off. Stop the screen off. Yeah, something's not right in that clutch, and I think our carburetor is going to have to come off, but hey, that surprises me more than I thought. All right, let's take a peek at this carburetor. It looks pretty easy to remove. Where are we at in there? A screw to take that air filter off, and then probably 2 screws or something holding the carburetor on. We'll see. And then I got to figure this out. Why that clutch or whatever is not working right at all. So after taking that air filter cover off, I realized that up is choke off and down is choke on. So I don't know. My buddy told me that they never even tried to start this thing, but it started right up, like immediately. So, well, I don't know, maybe I didn't get the whole story, but we definitely have a problem with this clutch item over here. So I guess we'll pull the cover off of that and see what that looks like under there. Well, I definitely wasn't just expecting a drive shaft to another drive shaft. I was expecting some sort of a clutch mechanism under here, and boy, this chain is in pretty sad shape. I don't know if there's even any adjustment that can be done on that, but I guess I will try to pull this off, and maybe there's a clutch underneath there. Maybe that's why that bolt is out of here. All right, that's next. Okay, apparently this is the clutch assembly here. And I think what's supposed to happen is, as you rev it up, these are supposed to come out. And I see there's springs in here, but oh, actually there's a spring in there. I bet it's supposed to go across here. I bet that's all that's wrong. Let me see if I can dig that out. I was like, why aren't these things retracting? It should, as you spin, centrifugal force. See, here's some. We're going on a tangent here. As a mechanic, you got to know a little bit about physics. And a lot of these clutches on like mini bikes and go-karts and even bigger toys like that work off of centrifugal force. So as you spin, items tend to push out as you spin. So engine spins up. Both of these little arms, which are basically like little brake shoes, expand. And then on the back side of this, it tightens up against that drum, which spins that sprocket, which spins that sprocket, which spins that sprocket, which spins that sprocket. Hooray! Anyway, I'm thinking that these things were just expanded out and had no way to come back in. I thought maybe there's a little spring on the inside of them, but now I see that spring kind of jammed in there. I'll bet it's just broken or fell off of here. So let's see if we can get it out of there and reattach it. So my spidey senses are telling me we're not going to be just reinstalling this spring. There's a reason why it was not in there, broken off here, of course. So now I'm gonna have to dig through my stuff and see if I possibly have something we can put in there. This looks like it could be off of like you could use a spring off of a brake drum or something, but I have some springs laying around. Let's see what I can come up with. Well, there we go. I got some springs. These look like they're off of maybe, this one's probably off of a kickstand, and I don't know what that one's off of. This is the closest one I got. So let's try it out and see what happens. That doesn't look too bad. That other spring seemed like it was probably stronger than this one, but this is definitely keeping the arms down. So now I guess we got to put it all together and see what happens. I think it might work. We're back in one piece with my junk spring that I had in my stuff that, you know, if you work on things, you got to have a collection of stuff. So let's see what happens now. Hopefully it'll start now, right? There we go. Look, now we're not moving. Yep, I think we're getting somewhere. Oh, wait. Yeah, all the way up is choke off. All right. We're a driver. I don't know what else we need to do. Actually, I do. Hang on. There's our next thing to fix. This is just really, really thin metal. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off, put it in my vise. I'm just going to hit it with my heat gun. I was going to get out like a little propane torch, but I can almost bend this by hand. So I think if I just heat it up a little bit with my heat gun and then straighten it out with the vice grips, we'll probably solve that. And then I got to fix this front brake. Well, here's the rear. Let me show you. So when I pull the rear brake, the arm moves and then the whole caliper slides. See that? On the front, that's not happening. So something is, oh here, sorry. Something is funky here, so I'll pull the whole thing off and we'll mess with that too. Because you know what? We got it to move. You got to get it to stop. It's hot in the garage, so after you solve a little problem like this, enjoy a little bit of this. Pabst Blue Ribbon, contact me. Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. We can work out a deal. Okay, I got the front brake working a million times better. Oh, can you see the caliper moving there? There you go. The front disc is bent. No surprise. It's thin as paper. I adjusted these handlebars. They were pushed way forward. I pulled them back. I tightened up the front and rear brakes so that they're not falling. They should still move though. That way when you crash, they won't break off. And looks like we can do a little bit of straightening up here too. It looks like the back fender is tweaked, so I guess I'll give that a little adjustment, and I think we're going to call it good. It starts on one pole. I rode it up and down my driveway and down the street. It pulls me around, so I imagine it's going to pull a little 30-pound kid around. And the next thing we have to do is come up with a set of training wheels. He wants to put training wheels on it. And I think all we're going to do is make a crossbar of some sort. Maybe bolt it on right through that. And maybe get some Harbor Freight wheelbarrow wheels or something like that. No problem. I'm really glad it was a simple fix. Didn't really feel like working too much today. You know, I love being in my garage and tinkering and fixing things and you know, making videos and sharing with y'all so y'all can learn a thing or two, or maybe teach me a thing or two. It's never too late to learn. And enjoy a couple cold ones, but it is a warm one today. That's okay. A little sweat never hurt. All right, if you're liking my content, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.